Yeah, hi guys. I'm just working on this piece here. I just added this strip along the bottom. So I noticed that the table is a little too long. So I did that. I can't bring the image down, so I'm just gonna have to figure out how I'm gonna what would I do to make that, well, I'll just, work on the image and see what I'll do when it comes to correcting this down here. Let's see over here. I notice if you look at this image, it has like one here, certain points where the image brings it forward.
But can I just have a piece of pie?
Not until you finish your hash.
But Dad, by the time I finish this
pops
hash,
it up.
I'll be so sick, I won't be able to eat the pie.
Then it tones down over here. Yeah, I just saw this image in this book, and Alla Prima. Been trying to get into Alla Prima techniques. And getting familiar with it. Bought this book here on Amazon, and just doing a copy of this image right here.
Got some papers he wants me to sign. I've got to go over right now.
This is
You guys
nice.
stand by the radio and the telephone until I get back.
Another thing, I just bought my Porsche box a couple of weeks ago.
That's all you've been talking about for a month.
So
Don't worry, I'll be back in plenty of time to relieve you.
trying to get this working in a small area. Here, this is my palette, my brushes here. I'm trying to get familiar with. Yeah. Usually work in the studio, more space. Well, not studio. My living room. I have a corner there where it's more room than this, but I bought this palette when I bought the box. I added some pieces underneath it. You see the pieces where I could. Then I took the measurements of this box, the little square here. That way it can just sit right on there, and it won't move. You see it locks it in there. So I did that. I was gonna get me a brush holder, but decided to make my own with an old can, Lensley can. And I went in my have my toolbox there. I just was looking for something how I can tie this, make a bracket where I can, hold it along this, alongside of the box where I can hang it. I was able to do that with this, so that worked out pretty good. And that's it. Oh, and I added this S hook here, so I can put my chirp there. That's it. Drinking some tea. Trying to cut down on coffee, so I started drinking tea. So anyway, let me see the image. Alright, I cut it down. It's a little too, table is a little too long. I have to tone the top area of her backside and brighten this up over here.
Josie, what are you doing way out here?
It's only like a little bit, but if you squint and you look at this image, you can tell where it's a little, it's not as bright here as over here.
Come on.
It's very subtle, so. Look at my bed.
I have a confession to make.
My books.
I didn't really run out of gas.
So I noticed when I saw your gas gauge.
I have a queen size bed, so it's pretty big, so I have enough space where I could,
What for?
this side of the bed, I could just put all my books. Well, I don't know, it just turned out that way.
Very flattering.
You start with one book, then when you know you have all these books, have a sketch, and
Isn't that clever?
read my Bible, and
Well, why is
read
it
one
you
book,
so?
and I start reading another book,
Happy
and
to see you.
Well, I'm glad
now I have like
somebody's
half of my bed
happy.
full
Even
of
if it's just an
books.
elephant.
In my little pencil box. And that's it. It's just me, so
What's the matter?
I don't need the other half. It's not like anyone sleeps here.
I think down there poisoning the fish.
What can you do about it, Porter?
Well, take a look, I guess.
Well, be careful.
I mean, like if I have to, like clear it up, I can just clear it up real quick. And when they're gone, I just put the books back. Oh Lord. I was looking for videos on Crochet Box to get ideas and different tips on what's this?
Hi, I'm Erica, and I'm behind the scenes here at the Walmart Holiday Meeting with a look at this season's hottest tablets. Now, if you don't have a tablet in your family, you've got to get one.
I think I've seen this already. Excuse me. Yeah, I think I've seen this.
Order!
Club Monet.
It's hard to be
I
self-confident
like
when
these
you pick up
colors.
baseball is this. I actually suffered and still continue to suffer from acne. When I was a kid, acne held me back from looking people in the eye and being assertive with them. It held me back from a lot of things. It was a hard time for me. That's why I'm here. It is great that there's finally something out there now that works for me.
America's #1 acne brand announces its most
That's why I want to do so much more outdoor plein air paintings, because
skin-fighting miracle.
I haven't been doing no plein air. So now that I have my Crochet Box, I can do more plein air paintings.
Smart target technology and more skin-loving ingredients to nourish your
Those
skin.
colors.
Now, breakouts clear faster than ever before, and you get the flawless-looking skin you've always wanted.
Dragon Plus is a game changer. It's not just treating acne, you're taking care of your skin at the same time.
You'll see and feel the difference with skin that looks clear and healthy.
Practice Plus transformed my skin. My pores feel smaller, my skin feels smoother, and my face is clear. No more acne.
One solution, so many amazing results.
I draw very well. It's just painting. It's so hard.
But all today, ready for the special.
And then the thing with me, it's like I'm all over the place. I'm just not working on one particular medium. A lot of artists just study one medium a lot. Not all of them, but a lot really concentrate on one medium. I'm all over the place. I haven't been doing any watercolors, but I work on acrylics, pastels, oil paints. So it's like I'm trying to master all these mediums, and
He wanted to get an immediacy about his work, which you could only get if you painted it in front of the subject.
yeah,
He was
that's so
also
true.
very interested in light, as seen outdoors, natural light.
Natural
That was
light, yeah.
his main preoccupation for most of
That's
his
why it's so important to do plein air painting. To study like it. I mean, it's so different.
One aspect of this pursuit of realism, in his attempt to do that,
But now I have the box, so
that the object that was in front of him, be it a tree, a figure, or whatever it was something which needed to be captured, transferred an impression.
yeah, I love Poussin. I also loved the way he painted. Gauguin, all those guys.
You're removed from the actual sensation, so you need to get nearer the sensation.
In later life, Monet recalled the significance of his outdoor work with Boudin. Suddenly, a veil was torn away. My destiny as a painter opened up to me. Still a teenager, he announced to his family his intention to become an artist.
They were
In May
against it.
1859, he journeyed to Paris, the center of French culture.
They had money, so
The young Monet soaked up the bohemian life of the city. He visited the great annual art exhibition at the Salon. He frequented the bars and cafes.
the salon,
of
yeah.
the artistic
Yeah, that's what
community.
everyone went.
And he worked at the Swiss Academy, a famous studio open to any artist for a small cash sum. Here, he also met Camille Pissarro, a painter who would later become a key figure in the Impressionist movement. However, Monet's first stay in Paris was not especially productive. By his own admission, he wasted a lot of time with a lifestyle that bordered on the feckless. Perhaps because of this, when he was chosen for military service in 1861, his father refused to buy him out of his responsibility. Claude joined the cavalry and served in the North African colony of Algeria before contracting typhoid. Sent home to convalesce, his aunt, Sophie Lecard, paid 3,000 francs to bring his military service to an end. As the only member of Monet's family to truly support his artistic ambitions, it was a fine gesture, and her nephew took advantage of it. Having promised a more serious approach to his work, in November 1862, Monet returned to Paris. The start of his second Parisian experience was now the stuff of artistic legend. He joined the studio of Charles Clair, a leading painter in the academic tradition of French art. This tradition emphasized art produced in the studio, with subject matter restricted to the historical or mythological, and a physical painting technique inherited from the old masters. When Monet arrived at Clair's studio, this tradition was totally dominant in France. The young man was quickly introduced to its strictures, when Clair condemned him for painting a male model in a natural, lifelike manner. Nature is all very well as an element of study, said the master, but it offers no interest. Style, you see, is everything.
Even the signature, you could.
Already
Oh, wow.
disagreed strongly with Clair's opinions, but his time at Clair's studio was nevertheless productive. His fellow artists there included Frederic Bazille and two future impressionists, Alfred Sisley and Auguste Renoir.
I love this piece.
In 1863, these young artists began to paint together at the Forest of Fontainebleau outside Paris. It was a significant thing.
That's what I
Here,
need.
the great Camille Corot and the Barbizon school of painters had sought to push back the boundaries of the academic tradition. Painting in the open air,
There's so much time to catch the image and catch the
and their
light,
subject
because it's
matter
always
more mundane than
changing.
the typical salon painting of the time.
It's changing so quick.
In the mid-1860s, Monet continued his artistic development in the Fontainebleau
So
forest
quick.
with landscapes such as the Road from Chailly Works such as these were not yet revolutionary, but Monet was already sure of his abilities to the point of arrogance. Though not yet established as a painter, he affected a lordly, aristocratic air. This was in spite of the fact that he was often in dire poverty, begging Basile and the others for money and painting materials. His strong belief in himself was amply demonstrated in 1866, when he began his first major piece of work, Le Déjeuner sur l'Eau. This was to be Monet's version of the famous painting by Edouard Manet, which had outraged Paris society 3 years before with its bold brushwork and depiction of nudity in the shockingly contemporary setting of the Parisian park. Monet sought to trump the older man's achievements with a canvas 4 times as large. He hoped
It was on in the salon.
triumphant at the 1866 Salon, the annual official exhibition which remained the only route to success for any aspiring artist. It was an ambitious project which turned out to be too ambitious. Monet lost valuable time when he was bedridden with an injured leg. When he eventually recovered, he completed several sketches and a final oil study before starting work on the final painting. But he soon realized he would be unable to complete his huge task in time for the salon, and so he simply abandoned it. Only 2 large fragments of the works he made. How the salon connected to the complete image will never be known.
Okay, let me bring this closer. Let's see how I will go about doing this now.
Everyday environment rather than something which perhaps had an artistic overtone to it, which Manet
is an attempt to set the
I
figures.
do not like the way that the hand is just basically.
Monet's painting is much more artificial.
Let me
Monet gives much
Let
more
me-
emphasis to the trees.
it goes along
the
that
landscape.
angle.
They take out the fact about half the top part of the painting,
It goes along that angle, then it comes down, the finger comes down.
having their picnic, have dappled sunlight shining on them.
Unperturbed, Monet decided to present a more conventional portrait to the 1866 Salon, the woman in a green dress. A painting which indicates a change in Monet's personal life at the time. The
Okay,
model for the portrait is Camille Dancier, Monet's
it's a
girlfriend,
lot darker
a young woman who also
on here.
posed all the female figures in Le Déjeuner sur l'Eau. The woman in the green dress proved popular at the salon, and Monet quickly forgot his problems with
You tell they could have
and proceeded to his next salon entry, Women in the Garden.
become as good as those guys.
For the first time, Monet decided to execute a large painting entirely in the open air. To do this, he dug a trench so that the 8-foot-high canvas could be moved up and down by means of a pulley system. The result was Women in the Garden, in which the female figures are, again, modeled by his companion. It remains a fine work, with striking color contrasts between the women's dresses and the grass of the garden. However, the women in the garden is possibly more significant for its means of execution than the finished painting. It is said that the French realist artist Courbet visited Monet as he painted the canvas and found him sitting apparently idle before it. He soon realized that Monet was simply waiting. Before painting the leaves onto the trees, he wanted the light to be exactly right.
Oh wow.
This concern with the transitory nature of light would come to be a massive
I guess sometimes when you go do a plein air painting, you do a painting, and you set up and you prepare for it, and a lot of artists just go out and start painting. Monet already have studied. He already knew he was waiting for that particular light, that certain hour of the day where the sun would be right at the right angle where he would get that light. Just so I guess so. So what is it? You go to a place and you study the light, how it lights up, how it looks at certain times of the day. Because he would do that. He would paint the lily pond at. He did the lily pond so many times. He did the same painting.
For several years, in fact, they limited their palette more or less to the three primary colours and their complementaries.
So I guess he would.
Relying, I think, very heavily upon what Manet was doing. The flat areas of colour. In other words, light as floodlight from the front, cutting out lots of gradation. So you've got brightly lit areas, bright areas.
Okay, that's coming. Let me just add that orange here just to highlight the way that hand looks like that now.
See full light against what is much more, as you can see now, impression technique.
That lag over there, this lag is coming.
Beginning to explore.
Unfortunately, his innovations
And
were
it's
lost
coming
during
up.
the 1867 salon. They rejected the work, which was a
That
genuine
foot is very long.
The late 1860s were a time of
Let
great
me.
activity for Monet. In 1867, still unmarried, he was presented with a son by Camille, who
Got it.
greatly increased his financial burden. Moving on regularly, in 1869, the Monet family found themselves at Bougival, near Paris, while Renoir lived with his parents at nearby Louveciennes. Claude and Camille were so poor that Renoir resorted to stealing bread from his mother to feed his fellow artists. The history of art can be grateful for his ingenuity. That summer at Bougival, on the waters of La Grenouille, Monet and Renoir painted together, and a revolution was born. The work produced by the two friends of La Grenouille in 1869 was remarkable.
I'm just still trying to.
Painting the more daring of the two. In a canvas like Bathers of La Grenouille, the artist used vigorous, fragmented brushstrokes that allow no scope for close-up detail. Bathers in the water are just blobs of paint. What is captured on the canvas is a fleeting impression of the scene, just as in real life, an individual is unable to comprehend all the detail within the visual field. Paintings like this, canvas simply entitled La Grenouille, also demonstrate a new approach to colour. Both Monet and Renoir began to use unmixed colours, with a strong emphasis on the primary colours and their complementaries. Drawing from the colour theories of the chemist Eugène Chevreul, the two artists discovered that the effect of colour is not unchanging, but is affected by the colours surrounding it.
Okay, so now I'm just gonna add. I'm just basically not concentrate so much on color or value, but more on tone now.
These discoveries resulted in paintings unlike anything ever seen before.
Monet, through working with Pissarro, in fact, found that shadows were
That
not
hip,
black.
let's see, pick up things, so even over there, that hip is a lot longer. I'm noticing that.
But they reflected the complementary colours of
This hip here is,
so if he had a blue shadow, he'd have a little dots of orange in as well. He saw that shadows
comes
reflected
further
what
up
was around
here.
them, just as ordinary objects did.
When Monet began to look like, is it because he was painting everything outdoors? He simply looked at the colour, irrespective of whether it was shadow, highlight, whatever, and then put that colour down on canvas. We begin to see how shadow colour is as brilliant,
a little bit
as varied,
dark.
and has as much intensity in colour as highlights. And this
Colour.
completely revolutionised colour because to perceive it more clearly, it became much more radical on the negatives.
Shadow tended to be the opposite of
I
light.
just wanted to add that.
Dark, variations of black. I realised, in fact, it's much more complicated. It is the loss of light from a particular direction because of an object hitting the surroundings. So it can't leak shadow, therefore become very difficult to originally.
But works like these did nothing to ease Monet's financial predicament at the time. He made another attempt at salon success in 1870 with The Luncheon, a painting far more conservative than his work at Bougival. Its rejection made Monet give up the whole idea of painting for the salon. That summer, he returned to his own approach.
Monet met Renoir when the two were actually at the studio at Les. They probably wanted to do large-scale paintings, but simple financial restraints meant that they couldn't do that.
Where's
So
my,
they reverted rather to producing small
I don't know where's my other one. This one is, I don't like this one at all, but
they began
you
to
just see something.
see a virtue or in the idea of
Nice.
working more fully on what were originally sketches and then exhibiting them as finished paintings.
There you go.
It rather cut them off from the idea of sending work to the salon. Salon
This is
was
more.
demanding large-scale finished paintings, but at the same time, it opened them up to a different clientele. People who could not afford huge paintings, 10, 12 feet high.
Still poverty-stricken, he married Camille on June the 28th. That summer, the couple honeymooned at Trouville on the Normandy coast. There, Monet painted a series of small beach scenes, painted quickly and entirely in the open, proved it could
Let me get it in a
but
better
the grains of
area.
sand blown into the painting's canvas, the beach at Trouville. Here, his bold approach to brushwork began to
It's over here.
notably in the dress of the woman on the left, the new
over here,
Madame
so-
Monet. Of course, the viewer could not know
That's
the
not
identity of either woman directly from this image. Again, it is the impression that counts. During this summer, Monet was joined by Eugene Boudin. The contrast between Monet's beach scenes and creations of his old mentor are striking.
Let's see, look at your fine. Break it down, grade up.
Monet's was literally a new art. As Monet painted his wife on the beach, however,
Yeah, I like that.
politics were about to intervene in his life. In July, the Franco-Prussian War broke out. As an opponent of the French Emperor, he decided not to fight. Leaving his wife and child with Boudin, he fled to London. It was an important experience for him. As well as painting there, he also experienced the work of Constable
Okay,
and
let me just add that. That's what I want. Perfect. Perfect.
He also met up with Pissarro,
I'll blend it in.
who had also fled the war, unlike Bazille,
I still gotta
chose to
bring it
fight
in.
and was killed as a result.
It's very hard to.
Monet met the art dealer Paul Durand-Ruel, a man whose support for Monet and the Impressionists would prove to be massively rewarding. Durand-Ruel's purchasing power made itself felt as soon as Monet returned to France following the end of the war in 1871. By buying many of Monet's works, the dealer enabled the artist and his family to set up home in Argenteuil, a riverbank suburb of Paris. It was a town best known as a boating resort. Its regattas attracted international competition. Boats and river scenes would provide much of Monet's inspiration over the next 7 years. In 1872, he painted
It's okay.
Boats Regatta in Argenteuil, a small work notable for the
Just add
reflection
some
on
of
the
this
surface of
over here.
water, executed quickly in unblended, self-contained color. In paintings like this and The Red Boats of 1875, Monet's skill with color is apparent. By contrasting
Those inner
complementary
tones are not
colours,
right.
red with green, he accentuates the effect of both.
The interesting thing about Monet
Okay, I'll just add that there for now.
treatment of water was different from everybody else's. Before Monet,
Dark shadows, like it's
water
very.
was treated one way, skies to be treated another way, trees to be treated another way. For
It's
Monet,
a very warm shadow and
so that the context in which he saw the water,
let me just leave this one over here.
he saw within it. And when he could understand how the colour worked,
You know, I noticed since I got this box, every time I get paint on it, it's like I continue to wipe it off, which I'm not like that at all. If you notice my easel in the living room, I really don't care about where I get paint on. But this box, I got it on Black Friday, so I've been wanting this box for so long, but it was so expensive. I wasn't going to pay $20 for it. And when I got the price on it, so... Okay, I'm going to use a darker brush, another brush for that value. The same one. But I don't like that shadow that I have there right now. It's a little too... let me see what I have here now. I don't like that. Let's grade up some. Mess with it until I get the right tone. That's a lot better. That one right there. Basically can't tell the difference. I mean, I didn't make enough of it, so.
Put together an independent exhibition of their paintings. In December 1873, the so-called Société Anonyme was formed by 11 artists, including Monet, Renoir, Sisley,
Yeah, that's much better. Much better. Okay, so okay. Now the top, it's a little darker, so
their intention was to show their work together at just such an exhibition. On the 15th
I added too much.
year, at the studios of Manet, a Paris photographer, their work was revealed to the public for the first time.
Basically when you get into doing painting, you're looking for a certain tone, and you look at the tone and you say, well, that's leaning towards red or towards blue. You look at it, what is the that tone value, or what is the dominating color? What do you see? Do you see red? Do you see blue?